We are learning more about the 4 Americans kidnapped in Mexico, likely by a cartel.
Latavia McGee and Eric Williams are back on American soil in a Texas hospital receiving treatment. But the 2 other men who were with them, Shaheed Woodard and Zindell Brown, were both murdered. Their bodies are still in Mexico this morning, waiting to be returned and back to the U.S. Now, investigators say that they were found in and around a wooden shack. A man guarding that shack, a 24-year-old, was arrested. He's the only person that Mexican authorities have arrested in these crimes. Robert Sherman is outside the hospital in Brownsville, Texas, where those 2 Americans are being treated. Robert, what do we know?
Well, we know that Williams specifically, when he returned here to the U.S., was in need of urgent care. Latavia McGee, on the other hand, came home mostly unharmed. But still, there are 2 American bodies back in Mexico, neither one of them making it home to their families alive tonight.
I didn't know that he was traveling to Mexico. I just knew he was going somewhere to help 2 friends.
Williams' wife, Michelle, speaking by phone, shocked her husband was in this situation in the first place, but thankful that he's alive. The same for Latavia McGee, pictured here receiving medical care after Mexican authorities rescued her. The 2 entered Mexico Friday alongside Shaheed Woodard and Zindell Brown to receive a medical procedure, since it's cheaper south of the border. That day, their white minivan was ambushed, the 4 were fired upon, and kidnapped. The scars of the incident can still be found at the scene. Bullet holes in the walls, blood stains on the concrete. Tuesday, the 4 were found east of Matamoros in a wooden house. McGee was unharmed. Williams required medical care, but Woodard and Brown were killed.
So my heart is breaking for the other 2 families.
Data compiled by the NewsNation research department shows more Americans were murdered in Mexico in 2021 and the first half of 2022 than all other countries in the world put together.
And we are learning today that all 4 of those victims, not only did they know each other on that fateful day, but they've known each other their whole lives, growing up in Lake City, South Carolina together. Just goes to show here, Adrienne, that you have communities all the way down here in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas to all the way up in the Palmetto State hurting here this morning. Adrienne?
Well, it just indicates how this is not a border issue. This is a national issue. What are we expecting to happen next in this investigation?
Right. And, you know, of course, there's going to be a lot more that's going to be coming out of all this. There are still a few unanswered questions that we have here. We really don't know how these Americans were caught in the middle of all this. So far, what we've just heard is speculation. We really don't know the relationship aside from the location of that one person who was arrested. We really don't know how all of this was involved. The big thing we're going to be watching, though, is exactly who was really behind this. Of course, everyone is pointing to the cartels, and their strength in this area. There's still multiple cartel organizations around here. The Gulf Cartel is the one that we're keeping a closest eye on, though, who is notorious for having much control of the state of Tamaulipas and the city of Matamoros. So there's going to be more on this investigation that will be coming out shortly in the coming days here, Adrienne.
I want to make sure that we alert our viewers to a portion of what we're hearing. I know we have to still wait for some confirmation. Did the cartel involved believe that they were possibly smugglers themselves? Was this a case of mistaken identity? We've heard different news reports, some saying that there was a belief that these were Haitian smugglers or sex traffickers, when it was these 4 Americans who were down in Mexico for one of them to get a tummy tuck.
Right. Right. And what we've basically heard is that, putting the minute details aside here, is that what seems to be the common thread here is that those 4 Americans were mistaken, that they were not targeted, specifically, for who they were. They were thought to be somebody else. So that's what we've heard across all threads here so far. Of course, those specific details are going to come to light a little bit more. But that's our understanding, is that those Americans were in the country of Mexico to receive a medical procedure, which I have to tell you, Adrienne, as someone who covers this border every week, that's very common that you have down here. So that does line up with what we've been hearing.
Yeah, they were down there. The woman in that vehicle, when they were kidnapped, was going down to get a tummy tuck. She took her 3 friends with her. She's alive and unharmed, but sadly 2 of her friends murdered over that trip. Thank you very much, Robert.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.